Good evening, friends. Thank you for joining Candomila every evening to follow what's happening in India and abroad. Thank you for sending me your useful comments and suggestions. If you believe in this channel, do hit the like button, share with friends, and spread the message. Our only mission is to bring you the truth on both sides of the story. Today, Jaydev joins us. Welcome, Jaydev.
Good evening to all the viewers once again. And in fact, it's quite interesting session today. We have a lot of news to cover, especially with Vivek Agnihotri exposing Bollywood and what the inner workings are. And let's take to the first toon tale for today. And there you have the toon tale for the day. And I think you can figure out all the characters, and it's very, very evident who that man in the black suit is, and he's one of the biggest tycoons in India, or biggest businessman in India, right?
Yeah.
Would you like to add something to the
Yeah.
toon tale?
No,
What?
it's just the great escape. And the woman symbolizes the number of scams, that this particular channel had. And he is actually pouring in money like petrol, you know. And the owner is looking from the side, petrified of what is happening. So let's go to the news.
Yeah, before that, I would like to sort of, show this, tweet from a particular person called Yo-Yo Funny Singh. And this was very funny, which I found is that if SRK did a biopic of Archana Puran Singh, that he will look like this. It's quite hilarious.
Yeah, absolutely. But after taking drugs for a long time, most of the Bollywood women start looking like this. They become
Yeah, so
masculine. Yeah.
yeah, and I think this is originally Nawazuddin Siddiqui as Haddi.
Mm.
So it was quite hilarious that they made fun of Archana Puran Singh. Hi Pia. Hi Himani. Yeah, we'll be coming to that particular news, and it's
No,
not
he's
that
not
way.
joining us. We are talking about his expose of what's
Yeah.
happening in Bollywood. It's not a one-to-one.
Yes. Hi Mega. The Great Escape, says Ashwin.
Yeah. So going back to the story, NDTV cries foul after Adani Group decides to exercise its right to convert loan into equity. What is a hostile? This is what is called a hostile takeover. NDTV on Tuesday, in an official communication, claimed that a notice was served upon the media house and its promoters, Prannoy Roy and Radhika Roy, by Vishwa Pradhan Commercial Private Limited, stating that VCPL has acquired control of the RRPR Holding Private Limited. VCPL now owns 29.18% of the equity in NDTV and asked to transfer all equity shares within 2 days. The right was exercised based on the loan agreement. NDTV founders got into BPCL in 2009 and 10. However, NDTV has claimed they were not informed about such exercise of rights. With this, the Adani Group also said it will launch an open offer to buy another 26% shares from the market, making it majority shareholder if the offer comes through. Now, what is this term called hostile takeover? This largely means when one company acquires another company against the wishes of the company getting acquired. It may happen when the acquiring company buys shares directly from the shareholders of the target company. In this case, the Roys have stated that they were not consulted before Adani Group made the offer to buy into equity. Many times, companies offer convertible debt instrument in which after a certain stipulated time, the debt instrument can be converted into equity of the lender company. This is a very standard and legal procedure as prescribed in the corporate laws of India. So it looks like it's a very big blow for the Prannoy Roy and his wife.
Yeah. So I really wonder that once Adani sort of takes over the NDTV, will NDTV now become pro-right in their reporting? So they should, because Adani is one of the favorite businessmen of Sri Narendra Modi, and I'm sure that I mean Prannoy Roy will have to listen to what he says now. So coming to the next piece of news is with regards to Aditya Pancholi, and Aditya Pancholi has approached the Bombay High Court seeking the quashing of an FIR registered against him in a rape case by a prominent Bollywood actor. Now, Pancholi's plea filed through advocate Zohaib Sheikh and his associates stated that the FIR against Pancholi was registered in 2019, and since then, in the last 3 years, the Versova police station of Mumbai police had neither filed a charge sheet nor have they moved for closure of the case. He was booked for rape by the Mumbai police in 2019. Advocate Chandrachud, instructed by Sheikh, appeared for Pancholi and he submitted that no filing of charge sheet indicated that there has been no progress in the investigation. Chandrachud submitted that in the event there was no evidence in the case, the ideal step for the prosecution was to file a B summary report. The case is pending since 2019 and my client is living in the stigma of the prosecution and a sword is perpetually hanging over his head. Pancholi approached the court seeking directions to prosecutions to inform him about the progress in the trial. After hearing the submissions, the bench of justices N.M. Jamdar and N.R. Borkar issued notices to Versova police station as well as to the victim actor. The leading actor alleged that she had been drugged and raped by Pancholi when she had just landed in Mumbai. The actor told the police that Pancholi had taken advantage of her between 2004 and 2006 when he put her up at different places and established forceful relationships and even blackmailed her. The actor had even mentioned about being physically abused. According to this actor, Pancholi had not only physically abused her, but even her sister was physically assaulted by Pancholi. The actor alleged that when she became famous, Pancholi had started demanding money from her. In her complaint, the actress said that she was raped on several occasions by Aditya Pancholi. She said she was in a forced relationship with Aditya Pancholi and that he used to harass her sexually as well as mentally. So this is quite, shocking news that it seems that the whole family is, sort of linked with all these horrible cases and murders and stuffs. Pancholi family is notorious, says Rajeshri. Yes, Pancholi's prison awaits, says Nitesh. Have you all forgotten that Deepika Padukone went to JNU supporting anti-Indians? It's very irritating to see her getting so much attention, says Jeevan. Yes, Adani is into acquisition of all sorts fields, Kohinoor rice and all. His eyes are on real estate and defense. His gas company shares are doing better than Reliance, but he has a debt of 200 billion. And Himani is also going to enter telecom sector, so that's a new thing. And maybe he will also move into FMCG sector as well. Yeah, that's for you.
Nice tune tale. Good message and beautifully drawn by Meenaji. Thank you so much, Fazana.
Yeah.
Look at them playing happy family when they have destroyed other families. Absolutely. Adani gave brain stroke to Librandus. Adani's wealth has increased from 4.9 billion in 2020 to 130 billion in 25 months, leaving Bill Gates and Warren Buffett behind,
Yes.
says Imani. Thought Vivek is joining. No, we were saying that he has made an expose in one of the media, and that's what we're talking about tonight. Good
Hi,
evening, Sharing. Good evening, Farzana. Welcome, Karthik. Yes. Thank you for joining us, though you're pretty busy on your end. Anything from Vivek? No. As per the thing, we are just, there is a huge expose that he has made of Bollywood, which we will be speaking about, which is
and
done
we'll
in
be
an interview.
discussing in detail about that.
Yeah. Suraj P has been seen in the picture with a group of people, including SSR, Ekta Kapoor, and uploaded a picture. It's all clear. Look at Suraj's age and the amount of crime he possesses. Completely criminal mentality. Yeah. Okay. We'll go on to the next piece of news. Shah says Bollywood cancel culture is a trend that won't last, admits industry underestimated the audience. She spoke about the cancel culture in the film industry and the ongoing boycott trends surrounding the major Bollywood releases. Yes, Jeff.
Yeah. So regarding Shifali, now another Bollywood actress, or should I say, a small-time actress. She comes to the aid of Bollywood, and she believes that the ongoing boycott Bollywood campaign being spun around isn't going to have a long-lasting impact on the industry. And so she said that while promoting the upcoming season of Delhi Crime, Shifali Shah said it's a trend and I don't think it's long going. I asked if there's actually a chance that Bollywood, as we know, could end. She said, I don't think it's possible. Films is like cricket; it can't die, it can't. People have their point of view, and they have their opinions. But there's also a lot of love and appreciation that we get. I think we should just take it in our stride and just say we tried and we move on. And Chef Fadi said that the audience has always been prepared for good content, and perhaps the industry underestimated their appetite. We got stuck in a rut of what was required for Bollywood of blockbuster films. So apparently, one after the other, small time actresses are coming out, giving their 2 cents on this boycott Bollywood movement. So yeah,
Yeah.
don't worry, Shifali, we will prove you wrong, says Sharmila. Thanks, G. Friends, make sure to hit the like button, and if you like the content, and please share it with your friends. Hi, Maya.
No,
Karthik
initially
says,
we were speaking, Maya, about the takeover 26 or 29% of NDTV shares by Adani. So that's what we covered just before this. And also the Aditya Pancholi rape case that's going on. I wonder how these Bollywoodians get away from the crime they commit, but many politicians get convicted. Liger should bleed. Boycotting darlings, boycott Liger, boycott Brahmastra. Liger will not roar. Shefali should look at her own home. Vipul was having a rollicking affair with that Pooja Gupta and uh, promoting her for, and even promoting her for movies.
yes. Now, one by one, the Kabbalah is suffering and getting into new problems, says Faizana. And Karma is working, absolutely. Shifali, yeah, that's we should stay united. Yes, and the public are smart enough to know that. Liger is being promoted every corner of India. Vijay is on full attitude. Boycott Liger, please, says G1. Yes. Shifali Shah has hardly got her foothold in the industry. She just gets thrown into one or two roles here and there, blink and miss types. So her opinion too doesn't affect the boycotters. Yes.
Well said.
Thanks, Maya.
Thank you both for updating us and making us aware of the shifting sands in politics, Bollywood, and more. Thank you, Maya. There was one serial aired in the 90s called Hasrate, in which Shivani was the main lead. I used to adore her acting skills, and that is the storyline, and that storyline was very interesting. So, here I'd like to make a point, Chandrika. As an actress, she's extremely good. She's got very high standards when it comes to action, but she chooses the wrong films. So, that is a problem with her. Latest update in the list, Vikram Veda.
Vikram
Yes.
Vedar. Suman Pandey spoke very well about boycott Bollywood on uncompromising India.
Yeah.
So What did she say exactly? Vasanthi. Farzana says boycott. Yes, boycott Liger.
So here what we noticed is that, as you all rightly said, the attitude of Vijay is absolutely repulsive, and the girlish chatter of this, long-legged creature is also equally irritating.
Karina Khan is promoting her Mia's film Vikram Veda, says Jeevan. Vijay Devarkonda is a couple of films wonder, that's all. When he hits the dust, he will realize it the hard way, says Karthik. Yes. Yeah, Shifali gets her role thanks to her husband Vipul Shah, her second husband, that too. When she was on TV, she was more real, says Maya. Liger with that anaconda with this huge attitude has no acting capabilities whatsoever. And current auntie, as a producer, we have to boycott Liger and bring them to the knees, says Bardhan. Talking and tweeting about boycott has become a trend among Urduwood so that they can be talked about to few days. To of them, any publicity is good publicity, says Rinky. But Rinky, we have to talk about boycott Bollywood movement because there are a lot of innocent youth who still watches their films.
And get
So
influenced.
and get influenced.
Yeah.
Sharmila says boycott layer. Yes. If Karan Johar has Brahmastra film, we the public has boycott Astra. That's it, says Varun. Yes. Liger has no life in the jungle. It will only survive in captivity, and this movie seems to be captivated by Bollywood, says Sujit. Her acting was really convincing. The series Delhi Crime is amazing, says Smriti.
Yeah.
Uh, See, Vijay has become a pawn of Bollywood cabal now. So whatever he does it to please the Bollywood big wigs and decision makers of Bollywood, so that he can make money and get roles. Even Alia says, "Don't watch her in the latest interview." Same like Karina says, "Jeevan, yes." Shifali was married to her co-star Harsh Chaya during the shooting of Hasratain in 95-96. She later divorced him. Yes, Maya. Vijay is just like Kejo or sex addict. Okay, Nitesh. I was talking about Urdu word like Panu. Yeah, exactly, Rinki. She spoke about Sanatan culture, etc. Karan Chachi, I just cannot stand it. That guy is so full of himself. No wonder Ulti Kopti calls him Kiran Johar. And the funny part, guys, is that Karan Johar is very much a part of the second season of the Fabulous Lives of Bollywood Wives in Netflix. So they take him as a very fashion guru or something in that series. So it's quite
Yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah.
Finally, Alia gives us all the permissions to boycott her films, hence let us follow her orders and do the same, says Karthik. Yes. So everyone will now, follow suit.
Boycott earlier.
Topsy started the trend. Vijay, he's Nepo kid from Tollywood, says Arvind. Vijay is the new toy of Karan after Siddharth Malhotra, says Jeevan. These good actors, be it Shefali Shah, have to be very diplomatic since they can be eradicated
Yeah.
easily by the Bollywood mafia, says Sanchi. Bollywood is contagious soon. It's going to infect the South Indian industry. It has already started in a small way, at least, because
Yeah.
they
This
are
is what.
mixing.
Yeah. This is what I also noticed, Maya. Vijay dressing style looks like Bollywood. He looks exactly like another Karan Johar.
Yes, Amir Khan invited Sandeep Singh in his Lal Singh Chadda's screening.
Yeah.
Yes, Farzana. Vijay said it is hard for him to stop falling in love with Ananya. He's not even firmed his step in Bollywood, and he's being a cheapster. Says, yeah, he's doing anything and everything to sort of please the cabal. Alia is declared boycotted hereby. We should follow her orders. I am following it very seriously, says Jivan. Ananya looks like Anaconda's little sister, says Nitesh. Karthikeya movies actors do not have any arrogance at all. Only Bollywood actors are so arrogant, says Maya. And I really do wonder if the cast and cast of Karthikeya too will get more roles, at least in Telugu film industry. So that remains to be seen. But Anaconda movie moves his hands and fingers while talking, just like Manish Malhotra. Is he happy and gay? Says Vardhan. We really do not know because there are a lot of closeted people. I have very big doubts. His mannerisms directly points at a direction, says Vardhan. Amir is corrupt and Sandeep is corrupt too. Boycott Bollywood hits a crescendo into 2023 and finally Bollywood collapses. All these Shifalis will change their track and talk normally, says Karthik. Yeah, so coming to the next piece of news is that Kapil Sharma will soon be coming back on his show, Kapil Sharma Show. And recently he was asked what he thinks of the boycott Bollywood trend. And Kapil Sharma said that पर ये ट्रेंड फ्रेंड चलते रहते हैं ये सब वक्त की बात होती है so which means to say that this trend keeps on going and it's only a matter of different times. So
Yeah,
when
that shows
asked,
his IQ. I mean, absolutely dumb, idiotic. His face shows, like he looks like a fool. That's it.
and he also requested that he also remarked that he stays away from Twitter as it takes a lot for him to come out of that.
Yeah.
So he's avoiding Twitter also. That's his way of dealing with the boycott Bollywood movement. Now, coming to the next,
Shilpa says, heard that Kejo gave 35 crores to Vijay for Liger, who will give so much money for a new hero. Not sure what Vijay gave him. No, here, Shilpa, I would disagree with you because he's quite an established actor, in the South. So he's a newcomer only in Bollywood. So he's got his share of fans.
so I would like to add to that comment is like if Vijay has really got 35 crores for his role in Liger, even if he gives 5 to 6% of his that amount to all the 200 300 workers who are working in his
Yeah,
for this film,
absolutely.
then why does he have to blame the audience for not seeing it,
Exactly.
right?
Exactly.
Does he need all of that money?
Yeah. They can also be
We can
humane.
also
They
question,
can be
right?
kind. Yeah.
Kapil Sharma thinks he's funny. Only makes fun roasting and demeaning others. Yes,
Dark comedy. Absolutely. Yeah.
yes.
You're 100% right, Jeevan. In some
Kapil
posts,
has
Kapil
changed.
has his appearance and tries to look hip, and the post read as "Kaun hai ye banda?"
कौन है ये
Mount Bank
बंदा should be कौन है ये
apartment.
बंदर.
Yeah, Mount Bank apartment owners are Amir Khan's uncle. Welcome, Vani.
Hi, Ronnie.
I commented "Kaun hai ye banda?"
Is that is that a typo or is it like modification? Worse at
Worse
singing
than
too.
singing too. Bollywood is not going to survive the trend. Yeah, absolutely.
You got me right. Okay, Karthik. So yeah, unfortunately, this lady from Big Boss 14, this actress Sonali Fogart, unfortunately, she died, and now the death is very suspicious, and her family has said that this is suspicious, and they suspect foul play after she was feeling uneasy after having a meal. Her autopsy is conducted by the medical board in Goa Medical College, and she was an actress turned politician. So this death looks again suspicious, like Siddharth Shukla,
Yeah.
having
And
a.
Pratyusha Banerjee as well.
So we really hope Goa Medical College finds out something.
Yeah.
We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah. Himani says these TV industry stars or non-stars, better put, are out of work and are making irritating and sick FB reels, unbearable to watch their hip-shaking movements and outlandish clothes. Yes.
Typo twist. His jokes are now repeated, and now we're done with his jokes. Dr. Mashur Gulati was best in Kapil
Yeah.
show.
He was
Sometimes
he was the winning point.
Kapil's call recording with a journalist still haunts us, says Varun. Maybe Chachi offered 35 crores and put on heteropone and told Anaconda, now you have to work on me. Is Vikram Veda to be boycotted? Yes. I'm sure each and every Bollywood film will be boycotted from now on. SSR, not the North one, SS Rajamouli and his father already decided to change the narrative for the nation, it seems to be. Many heads will roll, says Sujit. Is Vivek Ranjan CMG or CMG?
Coming.
Oh, okay.
Using mobile to comment, hence errors in messages. At 42, she dies of a heart attack. Very strange. Absolutely. Karina Auntie was having an affair with HR. Once now her husband is working with HR on VV. What an irony. Here, I would like to just make a point, friends, that Varun, who runs the channel, he said that, see, since it is Sushant's sister's birthday, we should all SSRians should carry a photograph of her hugging, Sushant Singh. I have commented under it. It's the most weird request. Okay, is he promoting Sushant Singh justice for Sushant Singh or his sister? I've always found this guy rather weird. Yeah.
Let him keep on giving money like this when films are getting boycotted, and ultimately he will have no money to throw parties, says
Parties.
Vasanti. Kejo says people are cursing and still watching him, Maya. But Pratyusha committed suicide because of her boyfriend, right? Says Smriti. Her parents are
Yeah.
fighting.
See, Smriti, this is completely wrong. She was killed, she was murdered, and we've done a video on that. So if you could just type that and look at it, we give you the complete story of her death. And it was not a suicide. Kapil Sharma always tries to be sweet, slave or gulam to the established actors and their senior mummies
Yes.
and papas. He's unable to roast them, talks to them as though he's a servant. Well said, Himani. Yeah. Yes.
Dr. Mashur Galuti. Yeah.
Was the best, yes.
Yes, Karthik, we can only sympathize. Feel sad for Sonali Fogart's daughter, who was neither mother nor father now, who has neither.
Mm.
Saif is cool with her wife's
With his wife's
sandals, is it?
scandal.
Okay,
Scandals.
scandals was okay.
Scandals.
Sonali's last call to her sisters, she said she was feeling uneasy and something wasn't right. Something was fishy, and next morning she was found dead. So hopefully, this Goa Medical College comes with a, does their job honestly. Pratyusha was murdered as well. Shocking. Such a charming lady she was. Yes, sweet,
Her
Srinidhi.
father was fighting for so long for her, justice for her.
Same way, Siddharth also eats something felt uneasy. Yes. So you can see a
See, I
pattern
think they
here,
got the
stylish
same
boy.
pattern, yeah, same modus operandi. Minaji, do you see anything in Shah meeting NTR? Is it to set him up against TCR in Telangana? If so, Junior and NTR hardly has any public support. And now with Raja Singh suspended, BJP hopes are very dim. Here, see, one thing I think is what you said is very true. but perhaps they are appealing to his fans because he has millions of fans, and not because of the party, support. And here, what you said is also very true. Unnecessarily, Raja Singh was suspended. We need to be very careful, not only in Bollywood, but there are also Tollywood people who are hand in gloves. We should observe very closely. Another space element is again back. Evil will perish. Amir is very cunning and selfish. A few years back, what he did with Faisal Khan, everybody knows. Yes. I too found it weird, Meena. Why would he be displaying her picture? Yeah, exactly. I did not. Kapil Sharma is not funny. He just insults a middle class. Meenaji, if you have any connections to South Indian directors, please tell them to stop coming to Bollywood. It will be a loss to them. Here, Jeevan, see, I do not trust South Indian directors as well, or producers, because especially if you look at Kerala, it's a very bad scenario. It is completely controlled by the Matanjeri mafia. So money, they decide like which actors should go into which films. That is why you would see, a nobody like Zarina Wahab in a Malayalam movie, with Manju Warrier. So there are some select people who are being used. Now Vikram Oberoi is also coming into Malayalam movies. So there is a cabal working very, very efficiently in all the South as well. So don't think that they are the same. There are few people who are good everywhere. I still don't get why SSR's sister didn't make him talk about his uneasies and as she was with him before his death. And why did she leave him alone? Yes, this is something we cannot understand. Big B again suffering from COVID. Will he get sympathy again? I think he and Sonia suffer from the same thing. The same syndrome. Ma'am, I'm so sure Candid Meena doesn't need to carry pictures of Sushant's sister and such sentimental symbols from Varun or anybody else. Totally unbiased channel that needs no such stupid props. Thank you so much, Himani. Situation is equally bad in South, yes. Kapil Sharma just sucks on those big stars, period. Without licking the asses he sees, nothing. He is nothing. Liger will be a disaster. Farah didn't pay his own workers' salary when to direct Hollywood movie. Now he should pay first, later script. Amir, while promoting LSC, said Vijay is like his brother. When did Amir come down south to promote his films last time? Here, Srinidhi, this is actually an insult because if Vijay is like his brother, Faisal Khan, then he will put him in a lunatic asylum. That's the first treatment that he's going to give him. I hope I wake up on Friday to read that Liger made only 70 lakhs on Thursday, the first day. Your wish will be granted, Balban. Please boycott Liger, absolutely. Seems movie industry have different mafia connections for money reasons. Yes. Candid Meena is original, doesn't need masking or taping by others. It's a beautiful channel that has our love and viewership. Very
Thanks,
kind of
Himani.
yeah. Karthik, true, but these Bollywoods will corrupt the content of movies. Right now, they're good, giving good content. Siddharth Shukla used to help Pratyusha's parents by giving them rupees 20,000 per month, and he told them not to disclose it to anyone. Just see, how good a
And the kind
character.
of nature that Siddharth Shukla had was amazing, just like SSR.
Yeah. By
By
the
the
way,
way,
there
they
were
were
people.
outside Farhana Akhtar's house asking for payments which he has not made for some movie. Okay, that's interesting.
He would have spent it on his that stupid wedding of his, you know, a second or third wedding. And half of the TV stars are becoming being influencers on social media, promoting some brands which affiliate codes to earn extra
So,
money.
yeah, on
Just
Instagram
observe
and
lead
basically.
character name in any recent Malayalam movie. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Moving on to the next piece of news.
Yeah, so this is the main topic which we are discussing. And Vivek Agnihotri has made some shocking revelations into the media. And so Vivek Agnihotri wrote, "What you see is not Bollywood. Real Bollywood is found in its dark alleys. Its underbelly is so dark that it is impossible for a common man to fathom. In these dark alleys, you can find shattered dreams, trampled dreams, buried dreams. If Bollywood is a museum of talent, then it's also a symmetry of talent. It's not about rejection. Anyone who comes here knows that rejection is a part of the deal. It's the humiliation and exploitation which shatters tender dreams, hopes, and belief in any kind of humanity. One can survive without food, but to live without respect, self worth, and hope is impossible. No middle class youngster grows up ever imagining to be in that situation. Talking about how unsuccessful ones end up in a never ending battle, he further wrote, "It hits so hard, instead of putting up a fight, one gives up. Lucky are those who go back home, who stay on, break apart. Those who find some success but not the real one, get into drugs, alcohol, and all kinds of life damaging stuff. Now they need money, so they get introduced to all kinds of funny money. Some success is the most dangerous one. You are in showbiz without any income and power. You have to look like a star, party like a star, PR like a star, but you aren't a star. Imagine yourself in a gangster ghetto where you have to behave like a gangster without a gun or knife. This is where you are open to humiliation and exploitation. Instagram is not free, it demands money to shoot, look good, sound busy. He said this hollow race of validation brings them back to where they started from, the dark hole which keeps getting deeper and deeper with each race. You show off, nobody sees. You scream, no one hears. You cry, no one cares. All you find is surrounded by people laughing at you. You bury your dreams quietly, but then you find people dancing on the grave of your dreams. Your failure becomes their celebration. You are a dead man walking. Irony is nobody can see you. You are dead except for you. One day you literally die, and the world sees you. So these are very, shocking words and big
Absolutely.
revelations
Yeah.
coming from Vivek Agnihotri.
Yeah.
Painting the picture of an innocent middle class or an outsider who comes into the Bollywood for roles and for career.
See, you will notice that slowly and systematically, frustrated people will come out and expose Bollywood completely. Just in the manner Vivek is doing, there will be many more people who will put everything in the open, and then Bollywood will be completely wiped out. Yes,
Yeah,
Vivek has written and said this some time back, and it's very apt. Kejo is spreading like virus. He will spoil all the South too. Heard Chiranjeevi saying how he felt humiliated once when the South cinema was not given that status. Boycott Bollywood. Majority audiences enjoy boycott campaigns, so they are unstoppable. Only some fans and uneducated people are supporting these druggies. Ma'am, I've read in film for a long time back that AP has many quarrels in their community, building harassing an old man, threatening him with vicious looks. Not just this many such allegations. When we talk about AP, that would be.
I
So,
think
what do you think?
Aditya Pancholi maybe.
Yes, yes, Aditya. Yeah. So, what do you think? What will be the first collection of uh, like कार्तिक बॉलीवुड अच्छा मूवीज बनाए या बुरा ही हमें देखने ही नहीं है और इन चारसी लोगों को disgusting. Yes, common people have the power to bring fake stars down to
Yes.
this boycott druggy wood. Padan, my guess is 1 crore maximum. You can watch AP's threats. Yes, we have seen it. Yes, and I think lifetime collection at the most 6 to 16 crores. The biggest blow for KJ and rest of the Bollywood mafia will be Brahmastra getting boycotted. Boycott Dragonwood, yes. Moving on to the next piece of news.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So coming to Eknath Shinde, and as you know, with the new Maharashtra government formed, Supreme Court referred the battle between Uddhav Thackeray and Eknath Shinde over the real Shiv Sena to a constitution bench, and a three-judge bench led by Chief Justice of India, N.V. Ramana, said that the dispute raises important constitutional questions relating to the interpretation of Schedule 10, which is anti-defection law of the Constitution, to pertaining to disqualification as well as powers of the Speaker and the Governor and the power of judicial review. The bench highlighted that there were gaps in the court's earlier judgment in the Nabam Rabia relating to the power of the Speaker, Deputy Speaker to initiate disqualification proceedings when proceedings for his or her own removal from the office has been initiated. This needed to be gone into by the Constitution bench. The bench framed 10 questions of law for the Constitution bench to consider and decide. These include questions on the scope of the power of the Speaker to determine the whip and the leader of the House legislature party, whether intra party decisions were amenable to judicial review, the extent of discretion and the power of governor to invite a person to form the government, and whether the same is amenable to judicial review, the scope of the powers of the Election Commission of India with respect to determination of a split within a party. The court also asked the Constitution bench to decide whether notice for removal of a speaker restricts him from continuing with disqualification proceedings, whether a constitutional court can be approached for a decision on a disqualification petition. Can a court hold that the member is deemed to be disqualified by virtue of his or her actions? Absent a decision by the Speaker, what is the status of proceedings in the House during the pendency of disqualification petitions against the members, among others? So the fight is going on between Eknath Shinde and Uddhav Thackeray. So yeah, you can take the next one.
Yeah. Southern stars see brand value soar as films reach wider audiences. With South Indian films gaining broad national appeal, top stars in the Telugu and Tamil industries are being chased for endorsements with their fee equaling popular Bollywood stars. Allu Arjun having endorsed Coca-Cola, KFC, and Zomato. Ram Charan for Fruity, Vijay Deverakonda for Thumbs Up, Samantha Ruth Prabhu for Kurkure, and Rashmika for Kingfisher are now faces of national and not just regional advertising campaigns. They're popular with small town mass market audiences across the country, commanding higher fees. Like their Hindi counterparts, now they can take home between 7.5 to 10 crores for a deal, though they are known to be selective about signing deals as they seek to retain their larger than life image. This is more than double their 2.5 to 4 crore top southern stars were known to strike around a decade ago. There's been a remarkable growth in the exposure and revenue generated by South Indian movies, and many pan India brands are taking an interest in the popularity of these southern stars. Companies increasingly leverage South Indian celebrities for pan India advertisements instead of region specific campaigns. With South Indian movies getting better traction, we expect to see more southern stars endorsing major brands, said Mitesh Kothari, co founder and chief creative officer at digital agency White Rivers Media. Kothari named Allu Arjun's iconic dialogues in Pushpa, The Rise Part 1, and Ram Charan and Junior NTR's dance movies in the Nacho Nacho song as examples of South Indian movie clips that have been trending on social media. The increasing fandom of Southern stars is undoubtedly giving them more social media collaboration, even with some hefty asks. Brands are willing to supplement their budgets to get more exposure and make hay while the sun shines, says Kothari. For a very, very long time, brands have been working with celebrities from the South Indian film industry. However, especially in the last couple of years, given the South film industry has been putting out some very large films and with huge penetration of OTT that allows a lot of people from across the country to access content easily. There is greater awareness now for the rest of India to South Indian films as well as film stars from that region, said Nadia Chauhan, Joint Managing Director and Chief Marketing Officer of Parley Agro. So that's some news coming that
Yeah.
things are shifting to the south.
So even brands have started realizing that South Indian film stars have the power, and they are liked by the audiences. So any product endorsed by the South Indian film stars, people will buy these products. So especially with Coca-Cola being endorsed by Allu Arjun in a new song which was released on YouTube with some Korean pop group. So there are some interesting comments that people have made, and so Manjushri says, people should start watching National Geographic History Channel. At least something they can learn, says Manjushri. Yes, Manjushri, and also people can go to YouTube and watch certain travel vlogs. Learn about other countries, their culture. So there's so many other forms of entertainment, as well as people can learn about new skills, right? People can upskill themselves and they can spend their time doing fruitful activities as well. Uh, so Faizana says that she likes the Karthikeyan 2 trailer, and they're not showing it in my country. They're only showing Lal Singh Chaddi. He says, Faizana, where are you from, Faizana? Once Neetu said, "Pele Shamshera baad mein Brahmastra." Will do Shamshera done. Brahmastra turn says stylish. Okay. I think Amitabh Bachchan is doing a drama of getting COVID again just because his film is coming in September to get sympathy. Yes, Priyanka. So he's getting inspired from Sonia Gandhi. So boycott Vikram Veda. Saif is a cunning snake, says Ashif. Manjushri, yes, it is better to read books as well, and you can also read books from Amazon, and there's so many other apps. Boycott Bollywood films and boycott regional films like Gujarati films because Bollywood actors are moves in regional cinema.
moving
Yes,
into.
but moving into. Okay, fine, yeah. Yeah, so have stopped. People never watched this film. I think hardly 2 to 3% people watched LSC. So yes, Priyanka. So not just now that VD has okay, after Arjun Reddy became a hit, he thinks that it's a cool and chilled attitude. If you notice, he wore slippers on the dais during promotions of Liger says Sunita, and also he put his foot on the table when he was speaking to the media. So apparently, yes, I think he at this point he has become complacent and he has become overconfident. All cabal is involved in black magic. Youngsters don't get it and fall into the trap. Says, yeah, and they celebrate each other's failures. At least their rivals. So Alia, but has become so arrogant after marriage, and so she is, very much like Kareena Kapoor at this point of time. Yes, Lost Girl. What do you think of Mani Ratnam's Ponnin Selvan? The dubbing of first song with A.R. Rahman is really bad. A period of film of Cholas. Song is I have having words like Jash,
Yeah.
Junoon. Yes,
So this is what I'm also reading about, Maya. So we'll wait. We'll have to wait and see what is the kind of response and the kind of content they're coming out with. Allu Arjun was the chief guest of India Independence Parade in New York this year. Sonam said that mothers are being selfish by giving birth to babies. Okay, so this is what Sadhguru had also said. Don't give birth to children. Books like Chanakya Riti and Mayur Sir's book. From Tollywood, Chiranjeevi family occupied industry. As someone said, BD is not a Nepo kid. He was an outsider, but he started behaving this way only after Arjun Reddy's hit.
yes.
Also, he speaks in a brash way on the dais always. Tollywood should stay away from Bollywood, else they lose their career and food.
It's not just talent; it's just illiteracy and poverty that help many of them become a star or superstar. Even Big B bubble busted says biased truth. Yes,
Now,
yeah.
one
So
more
now,
actress, I mean,
yeah,
rather,
go
it would
ahead.
be, we would say, an item girl, decides to quit Bollywood to join South India cinema. The Brahmastra movie starring Ranbir Kapoor, uh, Alia Bhatt, is being looked up as one film that can really change Bollywood's abysmal fate. But we all know where it's leading. Now, ahead of the release, with this minute role that she has, Mauni has spoken about her ambitions of experimenting more into films. The actress who has worked with Akshay in Gold said that she would like to work in South Indian film as she can't wait to experience the larger than life experience. Here's what she said: I'm keen on being a part of films down south, and I really think they're making some brilliant content. I'm dying to be a part of the larger than life movies they're making. So everybody has joined the bandwagon, and she is no exception to it.
So she
Meanwhile,
knows
in
that,
Russia,
yeah, Bollywood is a sinking ship. So she quickly wants to jump out of the ship and, get into the South ship. So where, South Indian film is doing very well, and she knows that Bollywood has no future at the moment. It's not talent, it's just illiteracy and poverty that help many of them become star or superstars, says Bias Truth. Yes.
yeah, in a very shocking incident today, CBI raided Urban Cubes Mall, which is allegedly owned by RJD leader Tejaswi Yadav. The Bihar deputy CM denies the ownership. Tejaswi Yadav said in the Bihar Assembly today that he has inquired about the mall and found that its director is one Krishna Kumar from Bhiwani in Haryana, and it was inaugurated by a BJP MP. So the mall is situated in Sector 71, and the CBI raid is in connection with the Land for Jobs scam in Bihar. Besides the mall, the CBI also raided many other places, including Whiteland Corporation Private Limited, located in World Mark Building in Sector 65 of Gurugram. According to a report by media, construction of the Urban Cubes Mall was done by the Whiteland company. Tejasvi Yadav's family owns a share in this company. Bihar's Deputy Chief Minister Tejasvi has denied that he owns the mall. He said that the mall does not belong to him and that a BJP MP inaugurated it. This is like what Salman Khan said when he was asked about who owns Kwan. Now, the next bit of interesting news is that Congress President Sonia Gandhi is going to travel abroad for medical checkups, and Rahul and Priyanka are going to accompany her. Now, the Congress President Sonia Gandhi, along with Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi, will be traveling abroad for medical checkups. Party MP will be Rahul Gandhi will address the Mehangai Per Halla Bol rally in Delhi on September 4th, and after that they will be flying. So here everybody is saying that they're trying to disappear because of the kind of fix that they are now in with the ED and the National Herald case, and of course many other scams. Yeah. So you talk
So,
about
yeah,
Parame Singh, Jerry?
yeah.
Yeah.
So coming to the next piece of news is with regards to Parambir Singh. And Parambir Singh, a charge sheet is filed against people called Gopale, Korke, Jain, and Punamia by the CID in the case. The CBI has moved an application before the Metropolitan Magistrate Court to keep in abeyance the trial in 15 crore extortion case registered against Parambir Singh, his close associate and builder Sanjay Punamia, police inspectors Nand Kumar Gopale, Asha Korke, and businessman Sunil Jain. Singh has not been charge sheeted in the matter due to orders passed by the Apex Court, which eventually handled over all the cases against the senior IPS officer to the CBI. After filing charge sheet, trial had started in the case before the Esplanade Court. In August midweek, the CBI has moved an application seeking to help keep the trial in case in abeyance, after which additional Chief Metropolitan Magistrate M.S. Bade has sought say of the other concerned over the plea. Maharashtra police had registered 5 FIRs against Parambir Singh. In 4 of the 5 cases, Singh and others have been charged for extortion. Apart from Singh, the state police had also booked Deputy Commissioners of Police Parag Manare, Akbar Patan, and Inspectors Asha Korke, Nand Kumar Gopale, Pradeep Sharma, Rajkumar Kotmire, and Sachin Wade in various cases. By the time the Supreme Court transferred the cases to the CBI, the CID had filed a charge sheet in the 15 crore extortion case that was registered by the Marine Drive police station. The CBI has started recording statements of people and also collecting documents in the extortion cases. They are reinvestigating the cases, and possibility of stumbling upon the new evidence cannot be ruled out. So with regards to this, first of all, why is he not being quizzed about the SSR case, right? Why is
Yep.
Parame Singh and Wazen still not being quizzed and drilled on the SSR case? Because it was their police that investigate the SSR case, especially.
Yeah.
So,
It's a
we
nice,
have to ask these
nice point.
questions.
Yeah. Yeah, nice point made by Batan. But I feel that Nagin must have made Paramveer Singh also happy. She was always going to the police station after meeting the ED. And Asha says entire Bollywood helped Priya, especially Dadu Sallu. Akshay Kumar once said, no point of going to pilgrimages. Instead, donate money to charity and save
Yes,
milk. No point for wasting. Now, Mahadev has boycotted all his anti Indian films. Yes,
yes, very
very
well
much
said,
right.
Maya. Government should ban sell.
Ritik and Sabah, no chemistry at all planted by Kabbalah, I think. Throw the box away and your life and would change dramatically. Buddha Dadu looks so old and haggard these days. They name their children after invaders who killed Hindus. Especially, they won't change it because it is their wish and freedom. Now, it is our turn, our freedom to boycott. Now, if you've noticed, stylish boy, if you look at Karina very closely now, earlier she used to look very feminine. Now her facial features are turning masculine. So if you notice it, I don't know if I'm wrong, but please have a look at her jawline and the way her features have changed. Earlier, she was on the softer side. So I don't know whether this is all an effect of drugs. Chandrika, yeah. They are creating unnecessary delay in SSR's case. Now, Alia also will search one invader's name. They have to leave him in public. If we give him a couple of walks, he will tell the yeah wax. He will tell the truth. I'm not a congressman, but I said touchwood because I don't want to wish ill health to anybody. Sorry to say, Mauni looked convincing, totally convincing in her Nagin role and nothing more. I noticed Karina as well. Looks like a man. Yes, very strange. I mean, if you see her in the dark, you may feel scared. Yes, you're right, ma'am. Even I felt the same. Gayatri. Agreed with you. It's time to boycott everything related to Bollywood. Ranbir looks different as well. In fact, I've always felt that Ranbir, wherever he's sitting, he looks stoned, you know. And it's a very sad, I mean, a young man going this way. I got you, but such people are bad health to others, yes. Yeah. I think with this last point, we can end this session. Friends, we'll meet you tomorrow. Jaydev and myself, thank you for posting your comments and being participating in such large numbers. Good night.
Good night.